Pipecleaner Spaceships, written and read by William Markham. When it comes to designing starships, some would start with physics and math and endless calculations, leaving nothing but inspiration to chance. Some start at a drafting table, scratching out countless parts and components, designing and redesigning late into the night. And I start with tufts of colored fluff held within a wire helix. It is one thing to sketch a vessel. However, it is another to hold it in your hand, an object within three-dimensional space. It is a method of exploration, careful manipulation, and experimental ventures. I start with two, as one is often not enough material. Slightly bent, bristles no longer stiff. Been using this pack for a while. They are different colors, yellow and teal. While not necessary, the different hues can reveal otherwise hidden details. From dullish point to dullish point, I run my fingers over the soft polyester, straightening the coils as much as I am able. Next, I put the two together, intersecting near their middles. There, they are bent around a finger, creating a curve gentle enough to be undone if needed. One is held within the other by thumb and forefinger, ends pointing to the far wall. The spark of inspiration finds tinder. I join the two coils where their outstretched limbs meet, carefully twisting them to maintain the shape. Broad strokes are used early on as I try to discover the vessel's form, assembling the hull with gentle twists and bends. Few can appreciate this method. All they see are colorful jumbles of wire. When they try for themselves, they rush, adding too much material too quickly, folding without thought, yet still overthinking their designs. They throw down their creations in defeat, blind to the wonder that may be created with a few careful adjustments, disregarding the subtleties that may be given life by the mind. Those who can make sense of the fluffy shapes still do not understand their merit. They ask of thrust and mass and numbers, the logic of the design. All that can come later. The method is about finding the ship's spirit before we craft its flesh. Another coil of each color is added, the core bulked up, the silhouette taking shape. This design is different, more open, elegant even, far from the tools of war that came before. It is a vessel that could bring joy and comfort. It feels good to make something beautiful for a change. Gentle, flowing curves and proud, straight lines compose its hull, with outstretched wings to either side, their ends folded to soft tips. Far from done, though. The aft needs work. I'm not quite happy with the shape. I now enter a stage of pinches and prods and subtle adjustments. The geometry is molded until I see it, bursting from the ethereal currents, with a blinding flash and deafening silence, anomalous particles trailing from her wings as she enters reality. Braking thrusters roar into the void, and wings are drawn in. Bursts of vapor glide her in smooth turns. The scattered light of distant stars sparkling off her hull, her maiden voyage, a cruise to unknown worlds. She darts about my office space, held gently between my fingers, fluff ruffled by the spinning fan. Her movements, more nimble than that of any real vessel, are accompanied by whooshes and whines otherwise inaudible in vacuum. This creation is finished, as much as any of them are. I'm still not happy with the aft section, but it does make a good place to hold it. I turn it slowly, observing from every angle, gazing past bright wound hairs to the dimly glinting helix within, amazed at all the subtle details, intentional or otherwise. The next step is one of facts, but not numbers. It merely serves to make an abstract image a little clearer, discover the function from form. Their true value is as a form of shorthand, something to look at and say, this is a cruiser, this is a starfighter, a freighter, a yacht. Within them is now stored my intentions. While the short-term memories will fade, they will linger here, beneath the fluff of these bent wire icons. I have but to look upon them again to see them fly. There is no need to rush, as this is a step that can take days and weeks. I must compare the vessel to its sister ships, determine its place amongst the greater fleet. This is not a vessel for fighting, too fragile, no weapons. A cruise liner, perhaps? No. Its form invokes speed. It is a thing of luxury. A pride piece for rich business folk. No, it is worthy of an empress, her personal craft, outfitted with all the comforts worthy of her station, the crown jewel of the fleet, a palace amongst the stars. Her beauty invokes awe amongst the citizenry as she gracefully descends from an emerald sky. Energy crackles between her wings as she circles the assembled crowd. A cheer rises as she makes her final approach. There is a knocking at my office door.
Are you studying?
Yes, Mom.
I can hear you making spaceship sounds again.
Sorry, Mother. I'll get back to work. I draw another wire helix, wound around tufts of colored fluff, pull it straight, and begin my next exploration.